welcome to the garden. Today I've got a spring channel update for you. As you can see, the pond is clear of ice and I can start to hear the frogs. The birds are back and the phoebes that nested under our gazebo are building a new nest. I've set up the birdhouses and I'll have more on that later. I've still got the greenhouse set up, but instead of spring crops, it's now full of summer crops. I do keep the door open now too to ventilate it because it gets incredibly hot. But we've got tomatoes sprouting, we've got jalapenos, and I've also planted a bunch of seeds from bell peppers to Roma tomatoes and cherry. Down here I'm experimenting with my own seed mixes. This idea started by accident when a few of my seeds mixed together. So I'll have a proper video on this later. I think it'll be an interesting experiment. Even with the door open, we're hovering around 90 degrees. I actually left this sealed up the other day and we got up into the hundreds, probably close to 120 degrees, which is pretty amazing. It's actually really great for germinating peppers. Peppers really like to be warm, so those temperatures help me germinate my seeds. You can see a few just emerging right here. I also have a volunteer lettuce in this one, and I'm going to keep it for now. I've started planting my flowers, and we've still got a lot to go. But as requested by a viewer, I'm going to be planting 100,000 seeds. Now at first I thought that was a big number and pretty intimidating. But look at all of these marigold seeds. Just in this one bag, there's probably 2,000 or more seeds. And with all the poppy seeds I collected, there's probably 5,000 of those. I mean, it's astonishing how many seeds you get. Each plant can produce dozens of flowers. Each flower can produce hundreds of seeds. So I think we can reach 100,000 seeds no problem. I'm already sowing some wildflower seeds here, but I'll be planting more very soon. And we're getting the first flowers. This is crocus. And this purple one always flowers on a really windy day. I've got some gorgeous footage of these. Down here on the walkway, our wild strawberries are really springing back to life. These are one of the first plants to really show up in spring. And hopefully we'll get some flowers soon. I've really been impressed with my chives this year. Because we got April snows, it seemed like winter just went on forever. So when the snow finally melted, we were just immediately in full swing. We're starting to see the first seedlings sprout out here in the garden. These are radishes, and these are all lettuce. I've probably got about 3/4 of the garden already planted, so I'm going to do the last little bit of planting today. We are set to get rain, and that's the perfect time to do the last bit of planting. Today I wanted to show you my old camera setup and my new one. I actually do my filming on an iPad. It's a little unconventional, but I love the big screen. This little tiny camera allows me to get right up inside of a flower or really close to the ground. If I wasn't holding the camera, it was probably in this slipper. It's the perfect fit. It gets really great low down shots, and it lets me adjust the lens wherever I need it. I use a rubber band to attach my hand lens. I actually still use all of this. This is great for really close-up shots, so I don't have to hold the camera. I do have a new lens, but I still use this old one. It actually has 2 different settings. Each lens magnifies a little bit, and then when you use them together, it magnifies even more. If I needed a little more height, I would set it up on my little tripod stool or a block of wood. It was incredibly primitive. So my new setup is just such a breeze to use. I finally got a tripod, and this adjusts to about 6 feet tall, so that's incredibly useful. This little attachment grips onto my iPad, and this is my new hand lens. This is designed specifically for a smartphone camera, so it's perfect for getting up-close shots. And just this one macro lens is stronger than both of my old lenses combined. So just look at the difference between my old setup and my new setup. It's just night and day. The camera on this new iPad is a lot better, The autofocus is really precise, which I like, and I get a new function of slow motion. The biggest reason I got a new upgrade is because I dropped my old camera. There's a crack right down the center of the screen. The camera actually still works, so I'm using this for time-lapse and just other little projects. But I had to put tape on the glass because shards were flaking off. So it was really time for an upgrade. Last year my goals were to grow more vegetables and to create videos on a wide variety of topics, just to sort of test the waters. A lot of people love succulents, and I'll continue to do updates on that all summer. I was really surprised to see a huge interest in growing moss. I have a few projects of growing moss around the garden, but all the moss that I grow indoors is now exclusively done in terrariums. If you have any interest in growing moss indoors, I highly recommend building a new terrarium. You can check out my terrarium playlist to get you started. Some of my goals for this year are to eat more of the vegetables that I grow, and I want to try to make more entertaining content. One of my loftier goals is to get a video to go viral. I'm never going to do anything misleading or clickbaity, but I've been experimenting with a few projects that I think are really original, like my underwater terrarium, or my potato chip bag snowsuit, or even growing bird seed to get free sunflowers. And whether you love vegetables, succulents, or flowers, my main goal is to encourage you to get out in the garden and give it a grow. I'm working my way back up to daily uploads, but I hope you don't mind if I take a day off every now and then. Hit that subscribe button if you want to stay tuned for all of my projects, and click the little bell if you want to be notified every time I do a new upload. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.